In this video, I want to go over whether or not the Home Business Academy compensation plan is in fact leveraged or not. This seems to be something that many people, including myself, have discussed and wondered and questioned. And because of that, a lot of times end up being in programs that do seem like they would be leveraged, but in actuality, they're not so much. So if you're not aware of what Home Business Academy is, I've been with Home Business Academy for over 4 years. It always pays me on time. They pay the highest percentage of residual income of any company I've ever seen. I don't know of any that pays 80% residual commission, maybe 80% fast start, but 80% residual commission. I don't know any of them. But it's very simple. They have four different products. Actually, yeah, they have four different products. Three of them are residual. One of them is a one-time payment. I'm going to talk about the residual commissions today. And as you can see, they have the Let's Go app, which is $10, pays $8 commissions. They have the Funnel Builder, that's $25, pays $20 commissions. They have Premium that's $125 a month. It pays $100 commissions. And if you were to have all three, it would be $160. Okay. And out of that $160, if you have a customer that purchases all three, you're making $128. And when we come over here, if you get just two customers with all three, you're in profit by your second sale. Now, what I want to do is I want to talk about leverage. Okay. So is the Home Business Academy comp plan leveraged? Well, what is leverage? We got to answer that first. Well, leverage is the ability to get more with less or to do more with less. Now, what happens is a lot of people, including myself, will go out and will look at other compensation plans and will go, oh, wow, you can earn on multiple levels in this particular compensation plan. Not Home Business Academy, not a single tier affiliate program, but a multi-level program, something that has multiple levels where you can earn from other people's efforts. And when you first look at that, you think, wow, that could really be nice leverage. That could really be something that could really add up nicely over time. And here's the biggest difference, okay? Again, I'm going to come back over here. This pays 80% commissions monthly, okay? If you go into pretty much any multi-level marketing business, typically what they'll do is they'll start you off at like a 50% fast start commission. So, you'd make like, I don't know, $50 or whatever it is. But typically it's like 50%, maybe a little higher if you're lucky, probably not. And then the next month, what happens is your residual income is 50 cents, or your residual income is $1 for that customer. And if you're making $1 after your next month, like how many dollars do you need to make enough where you're in profit for one, and two, you're making income that's going to be significant. And yes, multi-level marketing, I'm not bashing multi-level marketing. I'm just talking about facts here. I'm talking about like perspective. I'm talking about my experience. So I'm going to use one as an example. All right. So one company, still with this company, I still use its product. I still get paid, but I focused on it for, I want to say 6 or 7 months. And I was routinely referring people into that business. 2, 3 times a week, I would put a new member in the business. I would make $100. That's what I would make, or 105 is what I would make. And then from there, that's pretty much where it ended. It had a matrix, and the idea was if you have people in your matrix, you're going to earn, right? Residual income. And the more people you get in your matrix, obviously the more you're going to earn. And then if you have personals, you would get a 50% match on their matrix. So if my referral, the person I brought in, didn't do anything, didn't have any growth in their business, I wouldn't get paid anything. So I put my efforts into this for 6, 7 months, making basically $105 up front, which is cool, 105, but no residual. Like when I went to look at my residual, $20, $50. I mean, very, very little money was coming in. And I'm like, this is stupid. What am I doing? And because it was all dependent on what my team would do. And in my experience, typically the majority of people on your team are not going to do anything. They're just not going to do anything. So what's going to happen is you are going to be almost penalized. Like you're out there doing the work. If you're like me, you're out there doing the work. You're showing up every day. You're creating content. You're reaching out to people. You're putting new members on your team. And unless you are able to bring in leaders, and even if you bring in a leader, that don't mean anything, but unless you can bring in a leader or someone on your team brings in a leader, then you're probably not going to be making much money. And again, this could happen at any time. That's the beauty of it, and that's why there is hope, because at any time, anywhere, someone could come into your business and just blow your business up. The question you have to ask yourself is how long do you want to go making very little income, very little residual income? Because I mean, you can make fast starts, but fast starts are not residual, they're one time. So how long do you want to go making little commissions month after month after month after month until you can get duplication, until you can get a leader, until you can get people taking action, not just a little bit of act, like they got to produce. Like there's people that will go out there and they'll try and they just won't make it. They just won't get anything going. And it can be very frustrating on your end. And believe me, I speak from experience more than once. So I was looking at this Home Business Academy compensation plan, and the biggest argument is there's no leverage. Well, if you really think about it, because leverage is the ability to get more with less or do more with less, you're getting paid $128, 160, you're getting $128 residual income for your efforts. It is not dependent on your team. So if it is not dependent on your team, that means you have the ability to go out and produce the income you want to produce by your efforts, which is very different than where you're just busting your butt, trying to bring people in, hoping and praying somebody does something on your team. Somebody does something, somebody produces, maybe you get a leader, and you go month after month after month. You can only go so long until you get frustrated, until you just like, well, what's the point of this? You can only go so long doing that unless you just have more than enough money and you're good. But if you're in a position where you want to be earning more, maybe you really need to be earning more, then you may consider this compensation plan with the Home Business Academy because it's going to pay you more upfront. And where it really shines is it pays you residual income, 80% residual income, which again, I don't know any other affiliate marketing business or network marketing business for that matter that pays 80% commissions. You don't need to create the products, they're created for you, the support is taken care of for you. They do coaching many times a week, like 6 times a week, live coaching going on. Like everything you could ever need is here. They do everything with integrity, high value, and they pay you a high 80% commission, which again doesn't exist anywhere else. So the next time you're looking at something and you're like, well, I'm not sure if it's leveraged enough, look at how much you're getting paid for your efforts and then go and look at what you get paid as a team. But then, you know what? That's the big what if. Is somebody going to do something? Is someone going to produce, right? And if you don't have that, it's going to be a long, hard road for you. So that's why I like this compensation plan. It pays you 80% residual, and that can really add up quickly, and that can really get you into a position where you can earn income that really can make a difference. With only 25 people at all three products, you're making a $3,200 a month commission. Now, if you go into a network marketing company trying to get to that level, you're going to have a lot of duplication. You're going to have a lot of people working and making things happen just to get to that point. We're talking 25 people here. If you want to make a six-figure income, over $100,000, over $107,000, 70 people on this level. Okay, so you just kind of look at the numbers and decide what you want to do. But you can see the math is very simple. It is in fact very leveraged. Take it from me, take it from my own experience. It's not always better to have what we think leverage from other people, because when your income depends on what other people are doing, that doesn't always work out. And in fact, it can be very stressful, very frustrating, and it could take you out of the game. So anyway, that's all I wanted to cover today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I do hope you got value. If you like what you see, go ahead and go to the link in the description and you can learn more about Home Business Academy right there. With that, make it a great day. I'll see you next time.